EA
Yeah.
Sports. It's in the game.
The PlayStation button. Go to add user. Quick play.
There's no doubt about it now. This guy has to be in the All-Madden team.
It's Madden NFL 23, and it's brought to you.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. The 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Ryan Succop for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Purdy now to throw. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes the receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
Frustrated.
oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And at one point, he announced to the NFL world that he had accomplished everything he needed to and was going to retire, but then reversed that decision. And I think everyone who likes football loves the fact that he's still out there throwing it around and still at the top of his game. In a career that's seen and accomplished just about everything, he figured there was always room to add to that legacy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Brady. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. It's Miller, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards. But forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Buccaneers go up by 2 touchdowns.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Extra point up and good by Succa, and it's now 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. Now Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Purdy. And his throw here's incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that one is knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Purdy. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 2nd and 9, Purdy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, it's Purdy.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Purdy with it on third and long. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now Gold for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tom Brady and the Tampa offense getting set to go once again. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already, and he'll try to sort things out here as they begin with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On 1st down, Purdy. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing here, Purdy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So we've hit halftime all even at... All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because
tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady over the middle to Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's White. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Succop for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're
and trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Back to throw, Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Tampa. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Purdy. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Purdy, big 4th down play. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have the Niners first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. So on 4th down, a big-time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And the grab by Croft. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. Purdy sets up to throw again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings from 10 yards out. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Looking for Cade Otton that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Brady now on 1st down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, 38 yards. And the Buccaneers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7th.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. So now the Niners down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor.
Purdy to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Purdy.
Incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of the 46-yard line.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Purdy on 4th down.
Past the 20. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Wow, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. And now we've got a man a little jumpy here. Maybe trying to block the extra point. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
They'll try and throw for it. And they do not get it. It's incomplete.
He won because I didn't want to kick a field goal and tie and keep going.
My favorite expression is that fortune favors the bold.
Pretty good game,
This
though.
seems foolhardy, though.
Yeah, it's your football thing now, bro.
Extend the game.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense there, did it? I mean, I just don't get that at all because the risk-reward, it just wasn't there.
Oh, you got one more play.
Alright. Kick it off.
Yeah. You got like 13 plays.
So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Not good.
Back to throw, Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in.
Oh.
Second down.
Love the idea,
One
love
second
the
left,
concept,
bud.
but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.
What channel is football on?
The Cannons, it's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason, they forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers.